And it looks like I am live. Good evening, everybody. January 29th, 2019. Welcome to each and every one of you. Happy Tuesday. Been quite an eventful 24 hours. Did not go airborne last night. Really busy with Missy Jenn. Hello to the side chat. Bosco, Callie, Quinny, Tara, Melton, John. Good evening to all of you. Wait a couple minutes till the side chat populates. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. There is a lot of stuff going on. Hi, Quinny. How are you, honey? There's a lot of stuff going on in the community. And tonight I am representing, Riley the Roofer, baby. Official Riley wearer. I saw the video. That's why I'm representing tonight. Yeah, we're gonna thank you, Booker. Hey, Crystal. Yeah, I'm gonna get to Jen in a minute. Let's let things populate. Oh, okay. Hi, Lindsay. How are you? Gina Smith on Daughter's account. Okay, yeah, things are going pretty good. Yeah, it's been a rough day. Hey, Linda, how you doing? Yeah, busted your balls a little bit there, Melton, but hey, Janelle, me and Big Daddy and Jen go way back for years and years and years. Hey, Luna Moon. I think people are kind of astounded. My Semper Fi, Yujiro. Nice to see you. I think people are astounded how deep my roots go in some of these. You know, they're like, how does Rosie know these people? Where did it come from? I've been a busy girl for 6 years on YouTube. There's quite a trail of breadcrumbs behind there to be dealt with here. I'm just going to get a soda. I might have a beer. I reserve the right to have a beer later. Luna Moon, you and me are in the doghouse. Hey, Sean, how are you? Matronista, how you doing, sweetie doll? Luna Moon, we're in the doghouse. Mama Bear's doghouse. Hey, Johnny Watt, how you doing? I'm going to start off with Jen for a minute. It's been a very eventful day. Hey, Laura Lay, thank you for your wonderful comments. 6 years I've been on YouTube, Nomadic Tater Tot here. Elvis thinks I drink crap beer. This guy can't even get it right. The difference between Amanda May drinking Bud Light and me drinking Michelob Ultra, right? You know. Good evening, Oda May. Nice to see you. Yeah, well, we'll see what shakes out. Like I say, when it comes to Las Vegas, it's a hell of a big journey between January and December, let me tell you. And what I said before, hey, Ginger, well, I can't drink Bud Light either. What I said before was, you know, that one thing I guarantee you, the configuration of communities will be entirely different by December than it is today, and we all know that's true. Hello, Snickerdoodle, nice to see you. I just can't do Bud Light. Yeah, Sam Pepper got the boot. Sometimes you get too big for CX. You get, I think, hello, Michelle. I think Sam Pepper's content's too good. You know, I mean, when he did the Stairway to Heaven in Hawaii, and you know. Hello, thank you, Greg. He did the Stairway to Heaven and all that kind of stuff, and just he's a cut above CX. Let's face it, CX is for. I'm not CX. I haven't decided if I'd ever try to petition Cobra John. Thank you, honey. Beers on me, sweetie. Yeah, we're gonna get to Missy Jenn in a minute. I haven't decided about CX at all. Like some people have commented. They think there's a certain profile for CX, and CX is all about, you know, what will we say? Square pegs into round holes, or round holes into square pegs. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people think the old tranny bat would fit in just perfect out on the streets for CX. Hello, Robin. How are you? Who is who? We're talking CX Network. We're talking about Sam Pepper's, probably one of the Kevin Chambers High. He's probably one of the flagship. Yeah, it's all about ice making money. It's one of the flagship streamers. Was, I guess, on the CX network. A very high quality streamer. Hello, Crystal. Big Daddy Riley. There we go, Carlos. Yep, I'm representing tonight. I am representing tonight. The roof police. Let me tell you, they scatter in the gym when I wear this and they see the back of it. All right, good evening, spirits. How are you? I'm going to get myself a drink and then we'll get down to it. There's a lot of ground to cover. The coachisms, how you doing? The moke from New York. I know. What is a troll? We're gonna tear into that tonight, and we're gonna examine the sense of community. I sat on another live stream last night, and I listened respectfully to what was said. And tonight is my turn to give my reply on that. And then we're going to talk about Elvis's China syndrome. There will be some food for thought with a little bit of historical context. It's going to be a big night covering off a lot of stuff. Thank you, Prince of Panic. Thank you very much. Just want to get something to drink real. Lots been going on today. A shitload's been going on. Hey, Leanie. Oh man, let's also say my clanger, you know, when you go to the state fair and they have the strong guy competition and you have to take the big wooden mallet and you hit the bass and the bell goes, and the little clanger goes up, woo, and once in a while you can hit the bell up there. And I think if you hit the bell more than 3 times, I think you get 3 swings for $5. You get a piece of Chinese crapola that's probably worth about 17 cents at issue. I don't have a lot of wrenches on here. There's very few, so I like to keep an open free speech area. My mods know the layout. They know. I will say, those of you, and this is not directed at Greg, it's just in general, and other people that made parody videos claiming that the SWAT didn't come down the other night. SWAT doesn't mean SWAT team when it's used in a sense of social media. It means getting police to your door with a falsified report while you're live streaming on the air. Okay, it's a pretty famous thing that occurred, and I figured as soon as everybody saw when I put out the incident number, and then you can call and get a corresponding report, I knew that everybody would crawl back in the woodwork and there wouldn't be, any sort of official, okay, it really did happen, blah, blah, blah. Generally, when I say something on YouTube, you can pretty much make book on it. Now, let's get to, and I also want to just mention Marshall. Yes, as he hinted, I did have a total freaking meltdown on the phone today. I don't have them very often, but I admit that was a harsh one today. So I'm going to take a little of that back and be sweet. No, Vicky, you never asked for proof. You never asked for proof. Okay, I was very happy about that. Okay, I'm not going to, when something's going to be so readily available on a police log, I'm hardly going to make it up. I mean, it's not, what would be the point? Thank you, Oda May. Hi, East Coast lady. How are you? Yeah, -10. What the hell? Missy Jenn. I'm not sad. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm a happy person. You know, it's things are rounding into shape. My big concern today was Missy Jenn. And you may think, hey, Opiami, thank you. You may think that removing a lipoma or a fat deposit is a slam dunk. It might be a slam dunk for me. It might be a slam dunk for most of you that are in good and excellent health. Hello, Samster. But it's not so good for somebody who has automatically a inborn slow heart rate and has the additional complications of multiple sclerosis with brain activity and the nervous system and connectivity to involuntary functions like heart, lungs, breathing, those type of things. It ain't no slam dunk. You know, she had a lot of very advanced care, because when you take somebody with a slow heart rate and things like that, and then you go to put them under anesthesia, the risks are pretty high. And my nerves were kind of frazzled. Thank you, Jackie Macy. So when the stuff with Elvis came down, well, let's just say that was kind of the little clanger, ding, it went up and rang the bell. And I admit I was very, very harsh. Missy Jenn is resting comfortably. She has the means to call me. I've given her 100% of my attention yesterday and today, which she deserves. She's resting comfortably now. She had a nice nap this afternoon. She's feeling good. She's feeling positive. I thought it was funny today when we were leaving. You know, I only had surgery a few weeks ago myself. You know, I'm still like raw as a mofo. And we were kind of limping out the door of the, hey, Liberty. We were kind of limping out the door of the surgery center, and somebody walking in is like, man, you look like Napoleon's retreat from Moscow. You know? We're like kind of leaning on each other, trying to get in the car and spinning and circling, and it kind of felt like I ripped my stitches in the side on me. You know, it was woo. Has it been a month? Yeah, I think it was the 7th. No, the 7th of January was when I had it done. 3 weeks, yeah. And I'll tell you what, woo. Let me tell you what, man. I didn't even think about that today. I was on adrenaline. And then this afternoon, I had to stretch out like an old fart on the easy chair, lazy boy back there, and just stretch out and just chill out over there. Yeah, it is cold. It is cold on the coast. It is cold on the coast. So we'll get to Elvis a bit. The most interesting thing is, I think Elvis is China syndrome. And thank you, Crystal. If you ever saw the movie China Syndrome with the great Jack Nicholson, Jane Fonda, who I could never warm up to, you know, because of the whole Hanoi Jane thing and all, you know, it left a fucking sour taste in my mouth. I'm not going to lie. You know, just like I try to get over it. She made good on it finally. And then Michael Douglas was in that. It's a great movie, you know. And probably if you just Google China Syndrome nuclear incident clip, you can see Jack Nicholson in without a doubt. His finest 7 minutes of acting as you'll ever see an American actor put on a screen. It is phenomenal to see this guy's timing, this guy's sense of dramatic. It is incredible the way this guy acts this scene. But we'll get to that, because that's a pretty interesting little event right there. You know, and it encapsulates a lot of stuff from South Carolina. I love South Carolina. We got the great, awesome hooker down there, TR Prepper, and some of the other people in the community. Elvis will give you a wrench if you buy him brakes. Yeah, so we're good, pretty good. Thank you, Gary. So I'm Missy Jenn. We're over the hump, I think. We're over the hump. The China Syndrome is Mike. Yeah, not Chinatown. China Syndrome. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Joey, how you doing? Great movie. Yeah, I'm not going to say great movie. The first part of it was good. Then it gets into all the boring cover up and all that crap, you know. And unfortunately, the drama was all packed into the beginning. Packed into the beginning of that. Big Daddy, our hero, Melton John is on here. Melton John, I just want to be real clear with you. Hey, I don't want to be on your radar screen. Okay, I'm not, you know, in World War II, they would issue people on the ground, like, what would they call them? You had civil defense guys that would be on the ground, air raid wardens, right? And they gave them these cards. So then in the dark of the night, when the planes are coming overhead and you can't see shit, at least you could pretend you had a card to see what kind of plane it was, so you could be a plane spotter. Like it was a plane overhead. So I'm just saying to Melton John, I hope we got no issue, man. You know, I mean, I just want to see the best for, okay, thank you. You know, I'm white knighted. I've been through all that shit with Tom Kennedy years ago. And that, no, I don't compare you to World War II. I'm saying they gave them, you know, you got to issue people enemy identification cards so you understand what you're dealing with. So you don't accidentally shoot your own people on the, on the field. Tom Kenbo, exactly, man. I went through all of his nonsense. I mean, I've been through the mill with this crew, the Network of Evil. And Duck, what was the one? Duck Sauce, I can't remember her name and all that. I know, John, I saw what was said today, you know, hey, forever friend, but Big Daddy put out a really big, strong one. Did you see the cops from Houston thrusted everybody? I don't know. It's been, yeah, he's got an imagination on him. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. So I'm just saying, I'm not, you know, I'm not the enemy. I am a friend of Elvis's. I continue to be, although today we probably got as thin on the cord as you could be on that today due to my pain, my state of mind, and what I believe was some negligence on his part that he went away to. He went some ways to bringing that, recovering that. Tilly May says, I thought the Network of Evil were my neighbors. You know, it's amazing, Tilly May. Before there was a Boyd, that's good, Melton. I appreciate that. Those words of comfort. Before there was a Boyd, there was a Network of Evil. Okay, and I started my channel and just became one of the early channels in the crosshairs of the NOE, which includes, you know, Vlogger Puppet, Timmy 113, and that crew. So it's been quite a ride. Okay, so next thing I want to get to, what is a troll. I was listening to Elvis this morning, and the thing that really set me off this morning was the thing about, you know, I'm deeding all the trolls to you, Rosie. You know, that's what you want. You just want to have a troll infested chat. Now, he can say what he wants about numbers and views, because up until, let's see, can you let people know that if they think they're blocked, tell them they're not? Leave the, yeah, if you're cursing, I have blocked words on here and stuff. I'm not one much for cursing and all that. I just try to keep it to a minimum. I just think it makes for better conversation. But when I was hearing that today, you know, and I'm thinking up until a week ago, almost everything that Elvis said related to numbers on Hangouts. Now, I never talked about number of people on Hangouts. Okay. You know, it's like I got a mouthpiece on me, so I just put it out there. And if people don't watch it, if there's competing Hangouts going on, we're all intelligent enough. Hello, Colleen. we're all intelligent enough to see that if they don't watch it today, they'll watch Rosie's Hangout tomorrow. If they don't see Elvis's Hangout tonight, they'll watch it tomorrow. If they don't see Awesome Hooker's Hangout tonight, they'll watch it tomorrow. Same with Cooper and everybody else. You know, you're here, Jabba the Hutt. Yeah, you can post your period. You haven't been blocked. So, you know, and that's the way it is. So you never really worry about anything that's coming down at the spur of the moment because everybody checks in on everything right now. So this thing with the trolls, though, and I want to bring this to light for Elvis is, what do you even know? Do you even have a concept of what a troll truly is and how few real trolls are in this community here? How few really card-carrying trolls there. I hear you, Melton, about how few card-carrying trolls are in this community. I used the analogy one time that this platform, YouTube, at least in my opinion, this is only my opinion, it's like a big pinball game. Okay? All right? You ever play the old-fashioned pinball? You put your 4 quarters in, or yeah, Ginger, it was really bad today. I had a meltdown. I'm going to describe that meltdown later on. But when you have a pinball game, you put your 2 quarters or your 4 quarters in, and I love pinball, and your silver balls would come down, and then you would pull your shooter, and then your ball would go up. Hi, Becca. How are you doing? She's doing great. Thank you. The ball would go up, and the object was to keep that ball in motion as long as possible, because every time you would hit a bell would be 50, and then if you get it up to the top, and maybe it's the baseball version, you get the home run, and it kicks it out again. And the object is to get the damn ball to stay on the field as long as possible. Okay, the pinball field. It's the same thing in YouTube. You want to keep, if you're a content creator, you want to keep your ball in motion on that as long as possible. Now, one of the things that helps you keep that ball moving is flippers. Can you imagine? Take away flippers from pinball, and what do you have? What do you have? You have a random one-shot thing with the spring-loaded puller. You get one shot, and then you just got to stand there while your ball moves around and drops willy-nilly into wherever the hell it's going to go. Not a real fun game. But somebody decided to put flippers. Now you got your little buttons on the side. And man, I've seen Pinball Wizard, right? Deaf, dumb, and blind boy. Sure played a mean pinball. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, it's absolutely, Ginger. It's a game of chance. Introducing the flippers. That's it, Becca. Introducing the flippers puts a whole enormous new spin on the whole game. And that is what really allows the game to be great. To me, the side chat, which you mistakenly call the trolls, is the flippers, okay? They're the ones that keep your ball on or off, okay? When you don't hit the flippers right, you lose a ball, your next ball. After 4 balls, you're gone. Okay, so to me, I always thought the trolls are the flippers. And if you think that these people are real trolls on the side chat, consider how they don't, hey Dave, consider how they don't mess with people. In fact, they do heroic things like white knighting people that they perceive are being picked on. There's very few people on YouTube that are haters. I would say that the haters were the ones tonight that saw Missy Jenn's strong as a Viking, you know, her surgery video, little cinematic piece I put together. And in their heart, they still found it in their heart with Missy Jen's surgery to still give a thumbs down. Those are black-hearted people, okay? They're the people that you wonder with their dying breath if they'll ever look back and take stock of things, okay? Most people, we're never even going to know who they are on here. Never going to know who these people are. Perfectly anonymous. They could be the biggest a-holes on planet Earth, and us content creators would never know who they are, and they could raise hell and screw with people like crazy. But most of the people that come on here, probably 95%, come on here because they're normal. They have a good sense of values, a good sense of right and wrong, and a damn good sense of justice too. Look at the way, for an example, if you want a concrete example, hello Juice, let's look at Bergs recently. Now, I fought to have Bergs on the panel, you know, in and out. The Bergs would have meltdowns, and the Bergs would have it just be a big mouthpiece, big guy from New Jersey. You know, wants his 15 minutes of fame, right? Got his own issues like we all have. Be very easy to throw a Bergs away and just toss him into the waste can, as many people encouraged me to do, and many people will not panel with Bergs. I get that. That's freedom of choice. Hello, Mallory. That's freedom of choice. That's YouTube is a platform of free association, right? It's a wonderful thing. You can go where you want. You can go to the chats you want. 2 weeks ago, if you look at Berg's statistics on the videos he was putting up at the height of his negativism, when Kitten Kat launched the hashtag unsubbergs, and overnight his subs went from 803 to 650. Just a catastrophic free fall. Why? Because he was right on the edge of what I'll later talk about, the China syndrome, okay? That was a real wake-up call for Bergs. A real wake-up call for Bergs. Now, Bergs ain't no saint. Bergs could be in the jug with Steel Reserve again. You never know. But the fascinating thing is, when he was at the height of his meltdown, you look at his thumbs up and thumbs down, and man, they were wailing away like there was no tomorrow with the thumbs down. You look at his video tonight. Polly, and talking to Polly, is when I was in there, was 8 thumbs up and none down. This shows you, how you doing, Hazel? This shows me that these people that are so-called trolls, their flippers are always moving. Yesterday's goat is tomorrow's hero. Today's hero is tomorrow's goat. We saw the whole wild ride that Dave the Fisherman took on here. What Marshall fails to realize is that people do care about a sense of justice and fairness on YouTube. Consider some of the people that are differently abled. I don't like the term handicapped. Differently abled. When I was studying special education, we called it differently abled people. Some of them have channels on YouTube, right? The really nice thing is that almost to a person, people support people that are out there giving it a try. They don't just willy-nilly take somebody and say, hey, you look goofy, your eyes are crossed, you know, you look like a basket case or something like that. People rally to those people. They lift them up. But if you're a person that wants to mess with people, to be disrespectful, then all of a sudden those same people that are lifting up people, hey JK, those same people are now considered trolls because their flippers are now not functioning for you. Their hands are off the little buttons on the side, and your balls are gone down the drain. Okay? Very frustrating. Very, very frustrating when that happens. So it's very easy to see these people. Yeah, Missy Jenn is great. Thank you, Hazel. These people are people that are the great mass of people that are very mobile here on YouTube, and they have a keen sense of justice. And that's going to tie into that sense of what I'm going to talk about at the end, Elvis's China syndrome here. Okay, but that sense of who a troll is, you know, if they're putting money on you, let's take a case of Jody Towar. Okay, she's run hot and cold on me. That's fine. I mean, Jody's got a mouthpiece on her. She uses it. But remember, Elvis, she donated to you. She believed in you. Right? It was all good. It was all positive. And then somehow Jody went from the port side to the starboard side of the boat and became a troll. How does that happen? How does Laura going, hey, how you doing? Thank you very much, Kat. I appreciate it. How does Laura go from being somebody you're eager to get down the road to meet? How does she go from nice person to now mega troll? She didn't just wake up one day and say, Elvis sucks. Get Elvis. These people get moved for a reason. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You're not perceiving the shift of people that have a keen sense of YouTube justice on here. Okay, so what you see as trolls are people that at one time may not have been grand supporters, because not everybody was down with the WWE thing, but a lot of people could enjoy the sport of woo. You know, you pencil neck geeks and all, they could get the WWE value out of it. But people perceive when you use people, and people are smart. They're smart. Some people have opinions about me at the current time, but that remains to be seen. But they're perceptive about the way things are here on YouTube, and they're never locked into position. They're like those flippers. Sometimes they work to keep you on the board, and sometimes they don't. Okay? And I'll get to that. I'm not ignoring this side chat. I just, while my thoughts are together here, and then we'll definitely open it up to you guys. Okay? To me, the trolls in this community are few. What defines a troll? Somebody that just everybody they just want to screw with. Who would that be in our community? No matter who you are, no matter what you say, no matter what community, I think we can all name one person that just likes to mess with people, no matter who they are. Now, whether they're perceived as good people or bad people, they're just in it. They're just in it to win it. And I think somebody will hit the name of our most famous one. Hello. Is Happy Meal a troll? No. Is Skiwee a troll? Yes. Skiwee is a troll in the truest sense of the word. Not that he would ever do anything to mess with you in real life, but he will get in there and he will mess with your world. He'll pull your background. He'll pull your information and he'll just put it out there. Alpha Wolf. Now, Alpha Wolf is, you think he's changing his stripes, and then you see him on other chats tonight slide right back into his same role. You had to Google China syndrome. It's pretty funny, hey? Pretty darn funny. To me, the trolls, you might say Jack Sparrow's a troll. No, Jack Sparrow's guided by a sense of what he thinks is justice here on YouTube. So is EBS, a sense of justice. Doesn't mean they're always correct. It's evidenced by the events of this week. But it means that they also have a mouthpiece on them and they're not afraid to use it and post what they think about things, whether you like it or not. You can bury your head in the sand and try to run away from it, but it's the reality. I don't block people, delete, put things off. It is what it is. Everybody has to say, thank you, Mallory. So I think that the people that you perceive as trolls were months ago, well, let's say a year ago, they were fans. Then they became, slightly PO'd. Now they've taken up pitchforks and tar torches. And they mean business, which will bring me towards the end when we get to the China syndrome, which is something that's rarely ever seen here on YouTube. And I do mean rare. And we're gonna recall, you'll be fascinated from some cases in history where people tried to give the warnings, tried to tell people and tried to warn people that catastrophe could ensue if you do this thing. And then we'll see the consequences from some history, from some people that tried their damnedest to get out there in front and on the railroad tracks and warn the train that the bridge was washed out ahead. I think some of these you'll find very fascinating. Hey, Koopy. Now, the sense of community was brought up. I was on a stream last night. And the idea of a sense of community was brought up and a sense of obligations on YouTube to others, friendships and things like that here on YouTube. And the feeling expressed by this smart individual who I respect. I don't agree with very much of what he says, but I do respect his ability to put his message out, and I do respect his heart. And his thing last night was kind of geared towards me. And the sense of do you upend a community and just focus on views and everything else at the expense of friends? Well, friends is also one of those things that at times to me can be a little bit mobile and it can be a little bit shifting. And I would tell this astute gentleman that what you fail to see is both sides of the equation. You focus on the side that has the drums and tambourine in your ear, but you do not seek out ever the whole entire story. You choose to take an isolated input from a relatively few number of people and draw a generalized conclusion that people are unhappy with the channel here and are unhappy with the direction I'm going because for some reason I owe eternal allegiance to the status quo and the way that things are. And I'm not going to rehash history. But I made a very tough decision back at the beginning of the year to meet Dave and Becca. And whether we'd like to admit it or not, that was the wellspring of all the thing that came up. And I don't have any regrets for that at all. In fact, as I've laid out in my own opinion, I think that Dave and Becca have gone to great lengths to reintegrate themselves as much as possible in the community. Whether other people want to accept it or is fine. It's not a matter for me to decide. But again, because of other people's relationships with them, you know, our situation occurred. Now, you know, to this gentleman, I would say I can't help that. But I did think the higher road to take at that time was a road of meet, greet, check them out, do my usual broadcast your life, and then make up my own decision about the way that I thought about things. Well, I don't ask Dave to love me. I think Dave's respect level for me has climbed. When you think about the history of Dave the fisherman and I, there are no two people that came for further apart like two trains just colliding in January, because I had the opinion that chargeback schemes were wrong, and Dave thought, no, they're legally allowed and they're perfectly okay with credit card companies. Well, we know how it turned out. You know, I laid low. I didn't sit on the summertime panels. My channel was gone for 3 months. I concentrated on doing repair work on the Rancho and doing some things on the Murphy channel, going down to LA, going to doing this, you know, getting ready for our other trips. I didn't hang out on the panels. And it's one reason that I think panels are so problematic, because the alliances always seem to shift over time. And what you give people on those panels can often be weaponized and used against you at a later date. I heard that listening to Awesome Hookers chat tonight. Somebody I have a great deal of respect for. She was quite hurt when she received a private email from somebody, hearkening back probably to prior discussions that they had had in private, and then, you know, hitting her with that. It hurt, obviously. This is somebody I have a tremendous amount of respect for. Now, no, in her eyes, my respect level, you know, her thinking, she's a very calm, level-headed person. And she's a person that I admire a great deal in the community, because she can go on and do her thing and just kind of put her feelings aside and just motor ahead and do her thing. So, yeah, I have a lot of love in my heart for her. But it's just another case in point. It's just another case in point where things we disclose come out. I'm not going to brag on myself, but like I said, I probably own more people's personal data than most anybody down here, but I would never, with my dying breath, give up any information on anybody or sit around some green room spilling tea and talking trash about people. Never have, never will, not my thing. I think I'm pretty much of a rarity on YouTube. But when I sense, and I would tell this smart gentleman, when I sense collusion, and I sense that there is a greater target than just retribution about meeting Dave and Becca, then I kind of feel strong on my ground of where I stand. I like these people. I still think you can be friendly with people, but you don't have to be great friends, okay? I think we all have a duty to be friendly with people on YouTube. But we're not bound for friendships eternal, because I think that things change. I also said that in the course of that that people could now go to the chats that they wanted to go to and enjoy the people that they want to enjoy. You know, I enjoy Cooper's chat. I was a little hesitant last Saturday. You never know what's going to come down. You know that there's some people that may not feel comfortable with you on panel, but, you know, he's a welcoming person, and I appreciate that. How you doing, Brandon? Nice to see you. So enough said on that. That sense of community, I think you have an overinflated sense of, you know, I think your scales need to be reweighed dramatically. And I suggest that you look at the balance again and rethink and go out for some more fact gathering into the marketplace, okay, into the community here, and see what people think, okay? I found out everything I needed to know when people took the effort to communicate with me and say, I'm sorry this is happening, but you got to understand this is going on. You know, I got feelings too. It's a two-way street. And to those people that I hurt, I'm now going to reach out and say, I apologize that you were hurt for my actions of meeting Dave and Becca and the consequences you've felt on our relationship apart from that. For me, I felt it was something that I wanted to do precisely because I did not have that history of the summer where night after night you guys would panel up. And then eventually everything turned to shit. How you doing, Monique? Feels like, why is Rosie always explaining what we all know? The last thing I want to talk about, then we can have it wide open or whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Elvis's China syndrome. I hinted earlier that when you reach the point where you feel like you can't even have a chat because it's troll infested. Well, let me back up in a minute and just tell you about today's events with Elvis, okay? I'm very concerned about Missy Jenn. A couple people wrote me, a couple people met. Oh, it's a lipoma. You make a big deal out of a lipoma. That thing was almost the size of a baseball in her side, okay? Number two, she has a very low heart rate. And anytime an anesthesiologist spends more than 5 minutes at your bedside before surgery, how you doing, Stewie? And spend something on the order of a half hour trying to figure out which cocktail is going to be best for somebody that could potentially take the anesthesia and then sit there in the operating room and watch the heart rate just go doot, 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 doot. And they're telling you all these risks beforehand. And when you follow her and wheel her into the operating room, you never really know what's going to go on back there. So when I sat there today, thank you, Bergs, thank you, Janelle. When I sat there today and was clicking on in the waiting room, sweating bullets, hurting like a mofo because I'm still recovering from surgery and in a tremendous amount of pain, and now I'm trying to pull Missy Jenn up and help her around. And then I see Elvis's video, you know, Rosie, I'm willing all you do is a troll chat. All you do is a troll chat on YouTube. So I'm giving you you're all about the views. You're all about the drama. You love these drama people. They don't give you anything. And please, nobody, please don't hit the super chat tonight. I just don't think it's appropriate. I'm just laying it out here. I keep forgetting to turn it. I try to turn it on or off with certain vids. And I'm thinking to myself, with Missy Jenn in there and how she's going to come out of the OR, plus the fact she has MS, which means her whole communication system is screwed up in her body anyway, with lesions in her spinal column, lesions in her head. You know, everybody's nervous as hell. Just because we don't make a big deal out of it doesn't mean it didn't happen. You got to keep Missy Jenn happy and upbeat, you know. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, the one person that's a close friend that should be reaching out today, because there's been ample. This whole community knew Missy Jenn's surgery was coming up today. One key guy that we've invested a lot of love, caring, friendship, advice, tears, pleading, begging. The one friggin' guy that's missing from the whole equation, and then goes on there this morning and does a chat and throws me under the bus this morning. I got home. I got Missy Jenn situated, quiet. She went off to sleep. I closed the door and I picked up the phone and I called Elvis and I unloaded on him. You don't think that people see here who cares about people, who reaches out to people, who does stupid stuff like sending Christmas cards and little gifts and things now and then to people, and lifting up people and putting a smile on people's faces. And, oh, Colleen, how you doing? I'm sorry about your fibromyalgia. Dave, how you doing today? I hope you're feeling good. Sorry you came out of your trip rough. I mean, I can just go down the list here, you know, to the people that you try to reach out and support and be kind to on a daily basis. So, man, you hurt me like I've never been hurt in a long time today. I hear you, Kitten Cat, but I'm all about trying to keep a positive frame of mind, despite what some people want to paint as otherwise. I'm always usually the one that has an uplifting, positive comment for most everybody I see in the side chat, no matter where I go. I'm proud of that. I'm going to brag on that. But my God, when I heard that today, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Now, I'm going to apologize to you, Marshall. I'm going to say, I was really harsh on you. And you had no idea what I was talking about, really? Thinking about other people. Mr. X. Coates. And Mr. X comes in last night and tells me Chris Diamond is a shambles now because of the trolling that he's getting and the pain he's getting on his channel now. You leave a trail of destruction and non-caring behind you, and people see it. That's why you have a troll chat, because you make people trolls. When they can't bend to your will and give you money, there goes another 300 rockets. It's like a, the hell do they call that? I don't know, that fucking Russian, you know, that weapon that fires like 300 rockets or something. We just waste another 300 people and call them trolls and give them the royal boot. The message I get is they didn't mean anything anyway then. They weren't investing. They weren't worth investing in. Katusha rockets. Thank you, Sean the Brit. Now we come to the Elvis's China syndrome. This is such a rare thing on YouTube. If you saw the movie China Syndrome, and you know anything about Fukushima, if you know anything about Chernobyl, to some extent 3 Mile Island, you know the big flaw of nuclear reactors is always the cooling system. Okay? And I'm not a nuclear scientist. I didn't study nuclear physics, nuclear engineering, and I sure as hell didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. But I can tell you this. You have uranium core down here on the bottom of the reactor floor. Okay? And then you have these things that are called control rods, carbonized control rods, and they raise and lower those rods to control the fission that occurs, which generates the heat that runs a turbine, that runs an electric generator. Really simple process. Heat creates steam, runs a generator. But man, sometimes shit happens. Chernobyl, they're on reactor number 4 doing some backup water cooling system check, and all of a sudden the rods stop. All of a sudden the rods don't move anymore. The rods are supposed to come down and slow and stop the reaction. Well, guess what? Good old Russian engineering. These things are just hanging there like a limp dick. Whoop, 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 whoop. What happens? The temperature rises, blows reactor number 4 sky high there. Fukushima, the tidal wave comes in, just shorts out the whole damn cooling system, electrical, all that stuff. Here's the rods dangling again. No cooling water. You know, China syndrome was some fantasized thing. When that cooling ceased, that core, those nuclear rods, those uranium enriched rods would just start to melt and go, just descend right down to the core of the earth. You know, catastrophe. Well, on YouTube, you have the same thing. You have your uranium rods, and then you as a creator control the core or control the control rods, right, to come up and down. Elvis, your rods are stuck right now, man. They ain't coming down. There's no cooling water getting into the uranium now. You have about 1 inch of water between you and disaster, to use the analogy on YouTube. And people like me are the last hanging last inch of water in that reactor, like the great movie China Syndrome, where Jack Nicholson is looking at the control board and the water level keeps going down, down, down. Well, what he didn't know, there was a faulty analog meter that got stuck. The water level was fine, but it was a human, it was error. Today, you engaged the nuclear option. You turned off your side chat. You talked about streaming and other people restreaming. There's that much water left on the reactor floor. I mean, you're literally in danger of being one of those rare YouTube channels that could just be melted into oblivion. And man, let me tell you, it takes a lot. Can you imagine you have to take 300, 500, 1,000, 2,000 people, and you have to sway all those people to one side? That, you know how hard that is? Everybody's always got a core. And now we're down to that last inch of water in the reactor. Now you've chosen to turn off the side chat, disengage the paddles. If you're happy, awesome. You'll be somebody that's been in the community, and then you chose to go a path of isolation. I'm begging you, Elvis, as a friend, to don't let that last inch of water over that core, that uranium core rods, go dry. Cease and desist from this. Turn your attention to valuing people. Value what people do. Care about other people. Ask about other people. Invest in other people. I'm very happy tonight that you did a video about Missy Jenn, but you were baffled about my state of mind. Again, not your problem, my problem. You're one of the few people that's really in danger of this rare thing, the China syndrome, on YouTube, because you've garnered that much dislike that there's now organized methodologies designed to just cause the final meltdown. It's not too late. I'd like to suggest that you take a week or two off, go sit on a beach, go sit looking out over the water. And just think. I will continue to be your friend, but recognize this: I'm the last inch of water on this whole fucking nuclear pile. Let's see how much you care. I'm going to now get a drink, and then I'll engage the side chat. And Jill, just bear with me a minute. All right. I appreciate that, Marshall. I'm just encouraging you, take a week off, close down your YouTube for a week, give yourself a mini mental vacation, and just think about things. just think about things. So if anybody has any questions, anything. How you doing, Monique? Nice to see you. Julie, it's not really giving me, it's not giving him a second chance. That's so he doesn't get booted out of here. He doesn't time or boot anybody out, okay? He has a right to be in here, okay? But it's a long, long road back. But I suggest, Marshall, that you Google, hey, Mark Handler, Jen's doing good tonight. She's back asleep again. I suggest you look at that clip from China Syndrome with the great Jack Nicholson, the trigger trip event for that nuclear reactor. It's about 7 minutes long. Well, you can understand kind of where the Melton Johns come from and people like that. Who's your favorite network of evil member? I guess Jeff T. Rowe. Yeah, I know, Cindy, it was a deep conversation, but I had to say it tonight. I just had to say it tonight because, you know, when I think of the potential he has with his shtick to meet people on the road and be positive and, you know, to wear his puffy shirts and, you know, to sing and be happy and positive. And of course, you know, the road back is not from the road back from oblivion, that 1 inch of water on the core. It's not one in a day, a week. It's done by a real change in the way that you approach and value people. Tilly Mae, are you okay, honey? Thank you, Cindy. Well, you know, Bergs, I can't tell him what to do. I can show him the inevitable path of what's going down now because it's so damn close to triggering that nuclear option. And I will also mention the Drew thing. I thought was in poor taste because if truth be told, Marshall, I tried like crazy to get you to sit down and have Drew maybe reconsider. But at the end of the day, I had no intention of asking Drew to do what he didn't want to do. And he didn't want to break bread with you. So I think to memorialize him was trivial. And I'm just going to put it straight out there. Okay, enough said. You know, I did 10 minutes at the beginning of a Sunday coffee time about Drew and just let it go. But I probably had closer contact with Drew and supporting contact. Of course, he had the great, I love Janice Adams. She had a lot of contact, Diane, 2 campers, Lori, evidently. But for real, tangible support of stuff that he needed, not everything. You have to ask yourself, Marshall, were you there for him? Yeah, Missy Jenn is nicely sleeping now. Thank you very much, Julie. I did a little bit of a cinematic video on the surgery. I did appreciate Marshall's well wishes today on that. They were appreciated. And I've also taken the opportunity to apologize tonight because I don't melt down often, but when I go, is they'll tell you, how you doing, Joe Kalanji, Big Dog RV in the house? As I'll tell you, you guys know they've been around since 2015. When I go big, and I went big today. I was yelling. I was in tears on that phone. My only thought is, if you give positivity, you get positivity. If you get negativity and people aren't valued, they're going to know they're not valued on here. These are not dumb people. Some of these people may be disabled, have their issues, hanging by a thread, family problems, drinking problems, drug problems, but most of them still manage to be positive people, which absolutely astounds me. How you doing, Helen Rochelle? Nice to see you, sweetie. I know I hurt my side terribly today. Somebody, when we were leaving the surgery center, and I'm trying to get Missy Jenn in the wheelchair, and I'm pulling my side out like I'm in so much pain over here tonight. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I sure will. But hey, Celeste, she's doing good. Thank you, honey. She's my top priority. She had a real good rest today. I fed her some dinner tonight, and she is down now. Elvis, it'll be up to you where you go from here. Whether you turn it around, or whether the nuclear option. I know they have people that can help me, but you know me, Vicky, I'm too dumb and stupid to, I just didn't even think I had this damn compression garment on, and it's a nightmare. Where somebody said we look like Napoleon's retreat from Russia, helping each other. We were hanging on. You're welcome, Celeste. We're kind of hanging on each other, trying to. Thank you, Kimberly. I'm actually feeling a little bit better. Janelle, it's not up to me, honey. I'm not going to predict that people can't change. I'm just going to suggest, instead of just jumping right back in the fray, that people that have that experience just take some time off and just step outside, go for a hike, go for some walks, just take deep breaths. Just clear your mind a little bit. Go to a movie, read a book. Just think about where you want to go. Because when I think of the possibilities of what Elvis could be on here, and the entertainment value he could have, the way he can deliver and things, and hold an audience, but it's all wasted. There's no conversion. Hey, how you doing, Bosco? Yeah, Drew made a wonderful quilt for help make the John Deere quilt. It was wonderful. I'm not sure if Club Med is still around or not. Marshall, that might be your message now, but it shouldn't be your message going forward, because it's just going to worsen to you, and it is in fact going to be the nuclear option. Thank you very much, Cobra John. I know, I appreciate that. Just remember this, Marshall, it takes a lot to move the needle of a ton of people on YouTube. It takes a lot of people that you have to buy into that. You're one of the rare ones that has the chance to trigger the China syndrome here, the nuclear meltdown. I will, Joey D. I'm not gonna be on long, but I just don't. Thank you, Bosco. I don't want to just dump you. I want to give people a chance to chat. Yeah, tomorrow I'll have more time to come on and do that. Yes, he needs to change. And I hope, Dave, it's not going to be CX in the chat, baby. Thank you. I hope, Dave, that there's not going to, I hope we can just all take a breath for a bit. Well, that's what I'm saying, Jamie Lynn. I just wanted to make Marshall know the realities of how he is. He's the first person I've seen. Well, I've saw somebody else. I'm not going to talk about them because they ended up driving their car off a causeway and gone into the, okay. But I'm going to say he's one of the few people I've seen on YouTube to be able to take an audience that's in the middle like this, because there's no such thing as 100% positive. That's bullshit. Maybe Peter McKinnon, Casey Neistat, these people move the needle. But man, how often do you see somebody just move the needle all the way over to the other side? It's so rare. To pull out your core rods, Mr. X, Coates. You know, who knows if the Godfather's rod is really in there or not? You know, the Katusha rockets, the 300 people that could, at least half of them could come around again. And then there's Rosie, the last little inch of water on the floor of that core. Well, Jamie Lynn, I agree with you. I agree with you. I really do agree with you, because I fear that the nuclear option may have already been triggered. You know, when you see people restreaming you, when you shut down your side chat, you're basically removing the flippers from the pinball board, and you're just, temperature just rises and you're just going to explode. Well, I hope not, Dave. I really hope not. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I don't want to see anybody get a baseball bat into their side window. Well, yeah, well, plenty of people have already pulled the encounter report now with the incident number, so should be no problem. Skiwi. Wanderlust Estate. Well, Mr. Mysterious, the thing is now, Mr. Mysterious, and I sure do remember Wanderlust Estate and Elvis sitting on the can of birdseed in the Walmart aisle there. And I'll tell you this, but we're so far beyond that point now where there may not be any turning back. There may not be any turning back. Hey, Cindy, how you doing, sweetie? That's the bottom line. Well, see, Janelle says he didn't hear a word you said. He says we have to change. Well, here's the thing, Janelle. It's not in my hands anymore. It's in Elvis's hands. There's nothing I can do at all to change what's coming. Nothing. The only thing, it's in his hands. Why don't you do that then, Skiwi? Why don't you reach into your pocket? Well, that's what I'm saying, Ginger. That's what I'm saying. He's pulled the pin out himself. So let's see. Oh, thank you, Celeste. Thank you. I just had a, you know, I raged on the phone at Marshall today. I own that. Yeah, I hear you, Bosco. Oh, wow, you got blocked by a skiwee. Whoa, huh? Yep, double down on it. Thank you, Wanda. Yeah, well, Cindy, that's what I mean. I trying to get through. Thank you, Robin. Trying to get through this skull for recognition. If you don't know what I was upset about today, refer back to your video, and then refer back to the fact that Missy Jenn is putting money in your pocket. Missy Jenn's the one that prays your brakes don't fail on the rig. She's the one that's been in Vegas with you and hung out with you, and she's having surgery today. And we don't hear a damn thing from you. How you doing, Scottish? Nice to see you. That's what bugged me today when I'm tearing my ass up helping Missy Jenn to physically, and I barely starting to recover from surgery myself. No, Missy Jenn likes it here, Skiwee. Thank you, Kim. I know, Marsha, we've only put it out for several days here in the community. But, as I said today, you're just in your own world. When you start reaching out and showing caring for other people, then it's just another one. I know the temperature is absolutely horrendous. Hipster, how you doing, sweetie? The amount of booze. Well, the booze helped me, Skiwee. I ain't gonna lie. What are you saying, Joel? Bergs? Hey, Andrea, how you doing? Andrea, Marine Mom in the house. Semper Fi, honey. He said you called him crying like you were turning to him for emotional support. No, I was turning. If I'd had his head in my headlock, I would have been rabbit punching him. Nope, I didn't do that, Happy Meal. Yeah, I'm just saying, Ginger, that's right. I've mentioned it since Christmas time. No, I'm the furthest thing from racist. As a transgender woman, I can hardly afford to be racist, despite what Kiwi says. His claims about Tara and I. Helen. Thank you, Gina. Much appreciated, honey. She's going to come on tomorrow for a little bit tomorrow morning. We'll have a coffee time tomorrow. And I think she would like to, yeah, I don't know what, Quinny, I don't know what he was smoking then. But I was, when you tell somebody you're sobbing and you're like, F you, F you. Here I got 150 people commenting, leaving messages, and this guy's all we've done for this guy and all the support and all the friendship, Missy Jenn, and it's like nothing. Just remember the China syndrome. Yeah, real friends care. I mean, Vicky texted me multiple times today. Other people texted me too. I think so, Melton. Like I said though, but it's out of my hands now. Good night, Cobra John. Thank you. Well, Mama Bear. Thank you. Missy Jenn's doing well, Vinny. I appreciated your comment today. Thank you. I pulled my side out a little bit, but I'm feeling okay. I guess I overestimated my capability to help her physically. She's not a small gal, so it was. We looked like. Thank you, Ghost of the Moon. We looked like Napoleon's retreat from Moscow, Vinny. You know. Yes, well, I was thinking about that today too, Mr. Mysterious. How how much Jen enjoyed working, and how much she if she could be totally able-bodied again, and she would be the first one to be right back into the labor force, and she didn't mind a job she had at the Walmart Lawn and Garden Center or at Tracker Marine, being a fiberglass sprayer, making fiberglass boats. Or working at for I can't remember what the company was in Green Bay, the cheese company. They're in the printing plant making labeling for them. And then I think about somebody that's totally able-bodied and able to support themselves, and I think about somebody that has MS and struggles. Well, we can talk about Mama Bear. She understands it's the times. But the only thing I would tell Mama Bear is it's a big distance between now and December. It's what you make of things in the community. If you want to go on the way that you're doing, that's fine. I'm not one to tell people how to run a channel. When you're doing fun stuff like painting or just general bullshitting, I like being over there. But I'm not going to get into the Tucker and all of that drama, because I am a believer in the value of St. Jude's. So Brandon, are you the one that called the cops on me? Yeah, of course he's employable. But again, you want to live that life, then you do it, Yeah, that's it. That's it, Ginger. Yeah. Didn't see it live. Well, that's a lot of my future on YouTube, so I guess I'll be swatted a hell of a lot in the future. So, it is what it is. No, she didn't call me a scammer. I'm not involved in scamming. I'm involved in just saying, I don't need to carry that cross. There may be a time when the community feels better. It's not a question of standing up for someone. It's a question of being on a peace train and really being on a peace train. That's what I think. Oh, yeah, I'd stream with Andy Milanokis. I would stream with Mexican Andy, Burger, all of them. Don't call the cop. No, records there. You can see it. How you doing, Reaper Man? Reaper Man in the house. Nice to see you. Yeah, he's chill. She did say I'm a scammer. I don't know what. I haven't scammed anything. I don't know. She's all right. We go back and forth. Mama Bear doesn't really bother me too much. She's upset because of all the stuff that's coming down with Tucker and all that. Hey, Rebecca, how are you? Why would I post that, Non-Givens? You're the one that told me never feed the trolls. Right, Skiwi? I agree. I don't think Drew should have been mentioned. You tell me, Robert Wilbur. You tell me. Oz, it's all good, honey. I'm fine. I just feel bad, Missy Jenn, but she was fine. You know, she'll talk about that Thursday on her. You can talk to her on her if she's feeling up to it. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about Mama Bear. We have a pretty good relationship, but it's just that it's a tough time for her right now to see. You know, we all have to own our past. You know, there's always somebody to record it. I didn't make 10 videos. I made 2 videos. Actually, I only ever made one. The next morning, I put up one that said, "There's the incident number. If you want to go ask for the corresponding encounter report, you can get that from the Santa Rosa Police Records Department." So I made one video. The next day, explained it, gave the incident number. Anybody can check it. That's why I haven't heard anything, because they'll never retract it. They were wrong. You know, because you got the real big egos out there. That's right, Guido. Make YouTube fun again. Hashtag MYFA. Yeah, it's gonna be. You're gonna have a long wait, Marshall, waiting for Skiwi to do a hangout from his pretend Prevost. Yep. That's what I'm saying, Juice. You know what? And at least I declare myself honestly. But Vinny's got his program to run. You know, Tucker's got his program to run. And that's the way it should be on YouTube. If they want to run a program, if they want to run a operation, that's up to them. Yeah, it's Ginger. I don't answer that. You just give it, you put it out there. People know it happened now. So. Was it retribution? Yeah, it was sad to be called a fucking fake. Yeah, that hurt. But you know, I don't. It's okay. Yep, free speech. Monique, your job's to get to spring training, honey. That's your job. Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, Missy Jenn called the cops as a cry for help. What else do I watch on YouTube? I enjoy some of the RV channels. Amazingly, not so much the van dwellers. I don't want to say, all right, I'm just going to put it out there. And Marshall, you better cover your ears, because you're not going to like this. You're not going to like this at all. And here's the truth. There seems to be an inverse relationship between the size of the rig physically and the amount of scamming that goes on within that community. In other words, people that have Class A motorhomes, you know, you never hear any problems. You never hear of any bullshit about GoFundMes or I need you to buy me a new $200,000 Monaco motor coach. You don't hear anything in Class C's. Well, maybe except for Nomadic Fanatic. You don't hear anything in travel trailers or fifth wheels. But what you do hear is the van / camper van / conversion van / homemade build out vans. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Can I get a witness? Am I fucking wrong? Thank you, East Coast lady. I mean, I'm just, yeah, Carolyn, but I'm saying for the most part, all the bullshit happens in the van, the conversion van, the homemade van, and the Class B community. Let's be real. It's all in there. if you eliminated the Class B people and living in Class Bs, you'd probably have 90% of the fucking money problems down here would be gone. All these people. Who was that one? I'm an alien. One day Blue Waffle contacts me. Oh man, this chick, I'm an alien, man. She's stranded. Her her Plymouth Voyager minivan broke down. It's an emergency. I'm thinking, I got a heart. Okay, I'll bite. Send her $50. Never heard a fucking thank you. Nothing. I mean, it's unbelievable. Okay, we'll do Oz. Take care, honey. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. You're not going to see donate buttons on Class A's. Bullshit. Okay? Mike Living Free's had a van. Mike Living Free had a Ford. Come on, Burbs, get with it. He had a Ford van. He's had a truck camper. He's had everything. Okay? I mean, let's be real. The Class B community is where most of the conversion van, fucking, I don't know what you call them, shit boxes. People that live in the shit boxes. Thank you, Sherry B. Let's face it, people that live in shit boxes, they're the ones that need to beg people for their daily bread. Whether you like to, yeah, the good video, Bergs, good review on the teriyaki. I like to see it. I hope you do more of that stuff. Get a little camera, get a little tripod stand for your camera so you don't have to move it, just let it rest in that stand. But I mean, when you guys really think about it, think about the Class B community. You got some of the biggest, I'm not going to say anything. I might meet these people and stuff, but I'm just saying it's, thank you, Buff. I'm just saying it out there that it is what it is. Yeah, now, Bergs, I do got to tell you, I am with Juice on this. Okay, I am with Juice on this. Bergs, you got that beautiful teriyaki. You had that great teriyaki. You took, what the hell did you take? You took the salad dressing, which was cool. That was art. You took the teriyaki sauce and you put it on the chicken and on your rice, your 2-scoop plate lunch, dinner, whatever. Then you took the sriracha hot sauce and you put it on with your teriyaki sauce. I mean, what the fuck, man? And you put it on your rice. You guys got to check out Bergs' review of the teriyaki. I mean, it probably tasted good, but Jesus, I mean, Bergs, you're getting a hot teriyaki. There is no such thing. There is no such thing as that. I'm not busting your balls, but man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, Bergs is hilarious when he's not busting your eardrums. Plus, is it Mike Loyal? I'll believe you because you're a trucker on the road. You probably eat all kinds of food, but man, I can't get past the hot sauce with the teriyaki. If I'm going to have teriyaki, we all like sriracha, Bergs. I like sriracha. Evening. Hi, Diane. That's what I'm saying, Diane. When you think not all Class B RVers are scammers, I agree. But where there is the propensity down there, I know they're all are hard working. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you, Diane, too, campers. I'm just saying, for me, when I started to put 2 and 2 together here as Marshall, let's do the math. Let's put 2 and 2 together. Let's put 2 and 2 together, and there you go. Hoisin and sriracha. Yeah, I can do that. When a tiny house or camper, Why don't you look at a little teardrop, Ginger? They're easy to pull behind a car. I just think it's mainly the van dwellers, and it just seems to be where that, because that's young people's entree into that kind of stuff. So that's young people's entree. Of course, None Givens watched you because that's Richard Sword. He was on Drury's panels. He knows all about Music Man and Marlon and all the people. I'll be right back. We'll grab another beer. I just checked on Missy Jenn. She's doing good. Ugh. She's doing good. She's resting comfortably. The big ones are Class A. They're usually, Marie, they're like buses, motor coaches in the truest sense, like Skiwee None Givens has out there in Indiana, the pretend Prevost. You're not blocked, East Coast lady. I see you just fine. No, I don't think a gooseneck, Ginger, because the center of gravity on the top goose is much higher than a hitch there. So you really need that in the back of a pickup truck with there. You're not blocked, East Coast lady, for sure. You're not blocked. Yeah, Malone told little kids to steal their parents' credit cards to send them donos for Coke. Oh, man. Well, you know, I'm retired, None Givens, so I can just relax a little bit, right? Quinny said I had a Class A and pulled a horse trailer all over the States. That's fun. Quinny, I don't know how you handle that, you know? How are you tonight, Oda May? Yeah, no one's, there's very little blocking goes there. She does take the recycle. She does get to recycle. She gets some funds from the recycle. She likes to go up there and talk to the can guy. Brushed by tours. I don't think None Givens, you know, I don't think Richard Sword's been on a panel since 2015, Marshall. No, Bergs, I can't imagine eating brown. Good night, Luna. Love you, honey. I can't imagine eating brown rice with teriyaki, Bergs. They don't really have brown rice in hey, Debbie Lynn, how you doing, sweetie? They don't really have brown rice in they don't really have brown rice in Japan for teriyaki. Yeah, Alf. I'll answer any question about Mama Bear. Mama Bear and I have always leveled with each other. I can understand that she's smarting from that. Okay, Colleen. Let's see, but Rosie with my truck and wanting a trailer camper. Well, just you know, if you could ever get your hands, Ginger, on a classic, one of the classic travel trailers, like an Airstream or something like that, they will hold. Yeah, you're the Syrian Fred Flintstone. They will hold their value. Those little bumper pool Airstreams are good. That's what yeah, Mikey Mike, how you doing? Yeah, I could never imagine not having side chat on. I mean, what the hell? You might as well get your real feedback. So, yeah, a little bumper pool Airstream. You can get one of the classic. You can get one of the classic ones. You know, let's see. Bobby Yago, I don't allow people to put links. Why are Airstreams so good, Dave? Because of the build quality. They really came out of the aircraft industry, and the aircraft industry really knew how to fashion those shells so that they had a lot of integrity that could last for years. FTW, I think I've only been streaming for like less than 2 hours or something. Classic Airstreams are getting really hard to find. They're works of art. If you can grab them, they don't really go down in value. They're riveted aluminum. They seal well. Yeah, go to a FA join and make a video. Yeah, the Chris Diamond had an Airstream. I don't think he has it anymore. Yeah, Odame, if you see any links, just remove them in the side chat, okay? I don't want any. And Juice, if you see anybody putting a link in the side chat, just remove it, please. 106 minutes. Okay. I'm not going to be on much longer. Dave, are you going to fire up a chat? Oh, I can't wait to be in San Diego. Oh, well, you're going to meet me on the beach? Thank you, FT. Well, if I can lay out what I want to talk about, I can usually do a pretty good job. I just don't do much on the panel chats anymore. Other people do them. They do them well. And yeah, thank you, East Coast lady. You're sweet. Reputable sites. Not really, Ginger. You can look at your local Craigslist. Look at a little bumper pool. I'm not ordering Juice around. I'm just asking him kindly as a moderator, if he sees anybody post links, just remove the links from the chat, please. Jen's doing very well tonight. She's sleeping very comfortably. It was a little rough this morning. I've heard a lot of bad feedback from Chris about Chris Diamond. Is very unhappy. Very unhappy. Mr. X is unhappy. Any kind of links, only my moderators can post, can put links in here. So if there's something that you want to put in here, feel free to ask them to put it. Take care, Carlos. I don't think so, Happy Meal. I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to do. Once in a while, I might put some people on a chat. You know, probably will on a weekend. No, Janelle, it's fine. Ginger, I really don't know too much about the bumper pools, but anything else you're welcome to. I can make it like new at gmail.com. Dave, are you gonna fire up a chat? I'm gonna go about 15 minutes. Good night, Joe. Take care. Stay in touch, Joe. Okay. Big Dog RVing. I'm not sure, Hypnotide, if Chris Diamond's travels went up, subs went up or not. Oh, Vinny? Okay, what did he want to say? Do you know, Odame? Good night, biker Rosie. Yeah, he's getting trolled hard. Mr. X is upset. Thank you, Mikey. Mike, I appreciate that. I really do. It's nice to see you here. I'm just saying, Marshall, you might want to pick up the phone and call Chris Diamond. I'm thinking, Julie, here's the way it shakes out. In February, March, I would like to acquire a rig. And then April, I got some things to do here to get ready for spring. So I'm hoping, you know, like in May to be on the road. I like Chris Diamond Travels too. I think he's a nice guy. You know, good night, Mr. Mysterious. He enjoys entertaining people. You'll see Mr. X when I get down to Florida. I'd buy the Lisa Marie if the price was right. I'm not trying to drive a wedge in Skiwee. Mr. X came into the side chat the other night and said that Chris Diamond's been hurting over there. And he said Elvis has got to be nice. Well, BK, Chris Diamond had been aligned for quite a while with Marshall as a van dweller. And on, you know, on the Route 66, when they talked about going on the Route 66 Freak Tour back in 2015. Melton John, I'll buy it. Missy Jenn's good, Copper. Thank you, honey. She's doing good. She's doing good. Thank you, sweetie. She's down, resting comfortably. She had a nap. You know, when you come off anesthesia, sometimes you overestimate your abilities. So when she came home, thought she was full of energy. I made her lay down in bed, and then like a half hour later, she was conked out for 4 hours. Thank you, sweet Melissa. That's so sweet of you. I saw Don's van. Yep, there are. But look at what Don's doing now, Skiwee. He's putting a lot. He's gone down that path of pulling the toilet, and he's doing a lot of different stuff. I think he should just get it and use it for a while, and then just without pouring a ton of money into it. How you doing, Mike G? Thank you. I couldn't believe Kitten Cat, they pulled the black tank. I could not believe Elvis pulled the black tank. I would have just capped the thing. Did you ever cover Roofer Riley? It's silly. I can't imagine somebody would ever pull a black tank. You could just cap the thing off very easily. You might need that. Thank you, Janelle. You're awful sweet, honey. Maybe on your Prevost, non-givens, you can wash out the black tank and use it for potable water. Thank you, Michelle. It wasn't a rumor. I actually was swatted, Copper. If you go back and look at there's two videos, the one where it actually occurred. And then the next day when I did a short video just telling people the event and then telling them the incident, what they call the incident number. And then you can call the Santa Rosa police non-emergency number and they'll give you the report. Thank you, Randy. Appreciate this. Appreciate that very much. It was what was that? Sunday night. Sunday night. I was on live at 8:41 p.m. and you can hear the Santa Rosa Police Department at the door. Sure, non-givens. There it is, right there. I wrote it down that night. And you can call 707-543-3600 and ask for the records department and give them encounter incident number SR 190-270-0270. Okay, that's it. No, they told me that somebody said that a former boyfriend of mine had a knife and was on the property here. Hey, delicious red apple. I'm going to get some good rest in a bit. I got about another hour. Why don't you call it now and ask them yourself. Ask them to play the 911 call. You can, why would I take my time to do that, Nun Gibbons? The incident number's right there. I wrote it down when I called that evening. When the guy called me that evening and said, I said, if you get an incident number, call me back. They gave it 190-270-0270. It's on it. I'm not going to go. Why would I do that, Greg? I'm not going to waste my time. The trolls will obviously dig it out over there. Never feed the trolls. Red apple. Yeah, drove that van into the ground. Yahoo. Did they even make Yoo-hoo? Did they even make Yoo-hoo anymore? That shit's like the hell's that? I don't do that, Helen. I would never waste my time on that. I know, isn't that funny, Janelle? A troll is demanding something. It cracks me up. That's all it is chocolate flavored water. Cancer in a can. It tastes like shit too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Quinny. I mean, I don't give it any attention anymore. Obviously it had to do with the Stewie encounter at this life celebration at the Hop Monk Tavern out in Sebastopol. So, oh, they still make Yoo-hoo all over Texas. Yeah, I know, Helen. Most of the significant people have already let it go. Juice. Juice is on the wingdings. No. Fruit roll-ups, it's all crap. Melton John, how do you keep your svelte figure? I don't really know. I haven't really seen Red Apple. I know Narce is really smitten with her. You say that, Rosie, but after 2 drinks, you're too forgiving. Yeah, don't delete people. Marshall, you better take to heart what I said on this hangout earlier. No doubt, man, you are close. You are on the China syndrome right now. You'll be the first person in probably 2 years I've seen melt down a channel on YouTube. Yes, I don't care, Andrea. I could care less. I could care less. That one's just channel building. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah, what finger of mine? Figure. How do you keep your slim figure, Melton John? Hey, Spirit Art, that's on Marshall. He's in the, thank you, Andrea. I appreciate that. He's in the meltdown zone on there. Not me. Yeah, the reactor's toast already. That's what I said. I'm the last nuclear rod. I'm the last control rod down there, and there's 1 inch of water on the floor. That's it. That's it, Marshall. So you got some hard thinking to do. Even Narse, I'm not sure. Narse, I'm thinking about, I think Narse concentrates on his driving, Melton. I really do think he concentrates on his driving. Actually, Melton John's pretty funny. He's done some pretty crazy ass shit here on YouTube. No, Andrea, she'd probably really welcome your call. Thank you, Red Apple. I'll look you up, honey. Do you put any content up? Let me see. Let me see Red Apple. Let me see what she's got here. Oh yeah, you sure do. You are pretty. Wow. I'm subbed, honey. Woo! Day 9 fast results. Dang. Narse's got good taste. Shit. You're beautiful, Red Apple. Dang. Sub her up, man. We need some eye candy down in this place. No offense, ladies. I'm just saying, but with these guys in here. Hey, Richard Clark, how you doing? No, that's fine, Andrea. She'd be happy to hear from you. Yeah, I've had sriracha on pizza burgers. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty damn good. Hey, low profile. How many channels are you sub to? Junker, surprisingly few. Let me, you guys interested in my sub list? Let's see. I don't know how to call this up on the side. Let me see. I don't want to lose the whole damn thing, which I have done. Hazel's Reptile Eats. Let's see. Of course, A Tribe Called Cookies. That's a big one. What do I have? Awesome Hooker. Let's see. TR Prepper. Totally Tucker. Elvis. Savage X Gorilla. Reaper Man. The Bergs. Seeds to Freedom. Technomadia Melton John. Harvey, some of the CX guys. Mrs. Zombie. Paul Barger. He's the one that has he's the one that has the bread truck converted into a RV. Peter McKinnon, Brad Silverdog. Travels with Tasha. Riley the Goofer. Whiskey OG. Stewie. Delicious Red Apple Now. Stacy the Sparkling Rainbow. Mama Bear Travels with Tasha. I think I mentioned her. Bumpy Road Brewery. The Adventures of Tonka. The Malamute. Craft Beer Pours. Captain Napton. I think it's beautiful. Camo. Shamo. Diane C. Cooper. Nicole, Cause, Community Cause, Wayne, Ma Bear, Community Cause down in the slabs, Green Bay Wacky, Shauna Males, Camper Van Calvin, Todd Classy now. Yeah, pretty good cross section of people. Yeah, it's quite a crew on there. No, I'm not subscribed to Pandemonium. I haven't followed that crew enough to really be interested down there. I'm on Narse. Okay, I'll check her out. I mean, people have told me about her before. That's fine. Trying to think of course, the viewer's choice. For RVs and Roach. Opiami, thank you. Kevin Chambers, you haven't put up anything recently. I was just looking at my recent feed. Andrea W, she's on there. Janelle is on there. It's just people that put something up recently, Kevin. You're on my sub list. You know that. Good, Candy. Thank you. She's doing good. Kevin, you're definitely on my sub. Yeah, Red Apple Narce would make a good little panel. That's right. I wonder if Red Apple would panel up. Mr. Chow made video today. Yeah, you know I'm on you, Kevin. We're doing good. Thank you, Angie. She's resting. I imagine tomorrow will be the worst day for her. Tomorrow, I think, will be the worst day for her. Oh, your hubby's covered in snow. And I'm subscribed to Happy Meal. Yep, get enough rest, but Happy Meal doesn't make that much content. He put something up keeps putting links something from 2015. LB Roby, okay, check out your custom build. I'd love to do that. Let's see, go to channel. Let's see. Okay, boy, that's cool looking. Okay, I'm on, LB. I'm subbed. Thank you for the tip off. Let me see. I want to check. Let me see. See something. Yep, and I did neglect to say I'm also subscribed to Eclectic Domestic. It's quite attractive. Yeah, there's a lot of people. I'm just looking down the list. Thank you, Delicious Red Apple. I appreciate that. Taz Bakery. Well, I'm looking forward to trying Middle Eastern food. I don't have enough of an intro to Middle Eastern food. Well, it just depends what you want, Kevin. No, Elvis doesn't ban people, Greg. No, I have seen your feed, and I've seen you. Of course, I hear you on panel all the time, Celeste. But my God, I just looked over at your. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just saying, you got it going on, girl. Yeah, we did an El Polo Loco, Bergs. You've really, I sure will, Hidden. Thank you, sweetie. Bergs, you should continue doing food reviews. Get yourself a little tripod that you can just sit your phone on and just turn your plate and show people. Snow coming to Largo, huh? I sure will, Give. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. If anybody wants to call the Santa Rosa Police Department directly, their non-emergency number is 543-3600. You can ask them 759 Dutton Avenue for Sunday night. The incident encounter report number has been generated for Sunday night, which was, I guess, the 27th. At 8:41 p.m. and they'll be happy to talk to you about that. So you're not blocked, Hidden. You're not blocked. You're not blocked. Never. Call him on Elvis. Good night, Kevin. Thank you. I always appreciate you being here, Kevin, and make sure to take care of good health for 2019, my friend. Keep doing some videos, huh? Keep doing some videos. Even the dog was cold last night. Oh, brother. Well, I guess I'm going to go ahead. It's 11 o'clock. Hey, Diesel Twin Turbo. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, unsub. That's it, Kathy. That's fine, Kathy. Whatever you want to do, honey. Whatever you want to do. Hey, Robert Wilbur. Thanks for coming over, Brandon. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Where's the window liquor? Yeah, keep doing. Good night, San. Good night. Garab. No, I never ate that. Yeah, maybe you should make it. Good night, Joey D. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being on. Good night, Leanie. Thank you, Celeste. Appreciate it. Good night, Candy.